102 million inhabitants. This is until last night. This morning, I don't know how many more there are. You know, Mexico is the 7th producer of oil in the world. The first producer is because close here there is one building that belongs to the federal government. The political decisions in Mexico, and a lot of times, like today, when there are protestations, I told you last night, today we are expecting a big protestation because today they must approve one law that has to be to get better for the country, but this law is attacking the interests of the leaders of one syndicate, the Reforma. So we are exactly in the center of the activity, adrenalinas today, and that's why all this rumor, all this noise this morning. 40 kilometers long is the longest avenue in Mexico, and it crosses Mexico City from to the right side, the north, to the left. It's showing us that this man, he was the last Aztec chief. Place full of gold, El Dorado. But Mexico was not El Dorado. And in order to find where is all this oro, all this gold, Hernán Cortés killed this man. Quote here on your left side and on the right side, and behind there are two red hammers, just in case of an emergency, to break the window, because this window city is 2,240 meters up of the sea level. It's not the highest city. Zona, or in Spanish, Zona Rosa. That do positive things. They appear to enjoy and to change the color, the area. So during the day, it's safe. All night long it's safe also. But if you come here at night, old trees, most of these trees, they were planted at the ending of the 19th. That Maximiliano from Habsburg family. This is the house of the economy of Mexico. This is the one that regulates how much for the pounds, how much for the dollar, for the euro, etc. So the Zona Rosa is car and the horses. He used to go to the Zócalo Square where we are going this afternoon. He used to work in the same. On the right is because the Independence Monument. As you know, Mexico, since the conquest from, and it was one of the jewels of the Spanish crown. The monument is not heavy, and the pressure of the weight of the buildings in the surroundings are provoking that the monument is going up. That's why since 1910 until now, almost 100 years, we have to have a presentation of these alebrijes. These are Mexico's tradition, and these are excellent. This is not Chinese, not Japanese, it's Mexican tradition. In the pre-Hispanic times, we used to produce some like this for especially gods. With the new religion, Catholic, most of them became devils and angels. But in the last 20 years, the young people, they are revolutionizing all this, and today they are spectacular representations, bulls, human, angels, animals, monsters. On the left side there are some others, take a look. But Mexico is contrasted like this. Look, on the left side there is a jaguar, the yellow one. The jaguar used to be the first god in the prehistoric times. Look, this spider with eyes and nose and audio cameras, no problem. The only thing is that we can't use flash in the holes. That's the only problem. We are in Reforma Avenue, the same avenue from your hotel. Movie artist. You will see that in some houses there is a private security. They have their own bodyguards.
¡Claro que sí!
In that direction is the airport.
This is the Socalo
That one. And
Square.
also the volcanoes, but it's so cloudy and we can't see them. But the biggest meters up.
At sunset at 6 p.m. the flag goes down and there is a big ceremony. But at present there is some kind of celebration going on with lots of these tents. So this celebration probably will not happen today.
Frida Kahlo, and he painted this, and he called Mexico across the history. And with the same idea from the Teotihuacan's events, he made them. So these ideogrammas, if you want, or these murals, are telling us the history of Mexico. And it's white horse, and he's riding the horse Hernán Cortés. Being in Morelos, we are going to sleep in the house of Hernán Cortés. Oh, beautiful hacienda. Well, this is the moment of the conquest. In horizontal line from left to right in front of us, we have these 300 years of Villa. So Pancho Villa, the man of the sombrero, under the one of the white band on his head, and on the chest some bullets, and Emiliano Zapata in the center, those that they made the revolution. This revolution starts in 1910 and it's going to be over in 1917. In 1921, Diego Rivera starts to paint this mural. And he is convinced that the fruit of this revolution has to be the communism. Let's see the future of Mexico. Come on. The indication of Charles Marx, which is pointing to the right side of the mural, and Stalin. There are three persons: a military, a civil, which is the president. The president office is behind me, and one priest. Look the face. This is the market. Let's go to the other side. There is one friar, sister, that he makes the sign of the cross, and when he sees all this gold, he says, oh my God. And the Baba is coming from the mouth of the friar, of the Franciscan, when he sees all this gold. Here, standing up or riding the horse, we have Pedro de Alvarado. He was an animal. You can see the brand on his face. Also, there is an Indian lady, and she's carrying on her back one boy. He is the mestizo, hungry, as you can see there. Bueno, let's see.
How do you feel about this family?
And here, there were some old constructions, houses like this, or those, when one worker, he was changing some cables under the ground, and these were old. They decided to collapse, to fall them down. The people that they used to live here, they receive a new house, an apartment in the surroundings, and like this, they open what used to be the 50 years for the construction, because subsoil problems, very expensive, etc. This one is nice, the facade, because it's Barroco. This is 18th century, as heavy as the central one. But the cathedral is the best one. Now, take a look. The church is sinking to the right side. In the other side, there are not. That's why it's going more to the right side. This altar is made on wood with the gold leaf. And this named the Pardon's altar into the church. They just open that door, and from outside, they windows up there. So for security reasons, we can't go.
Para mi gente, con una pasión tan fuerte. Ay, 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 ahora sigo cantando y sigo gozando, yo sigo cantando y sigo gozando.
Several weeks that they were protesting against the Olympics, against the capitalism, against the system in general, they concentrate here. The state led them to protest. The day October 6, these fireworks shine a little this plaza. This is years old, age of the university, that they were paramilitaries. They took from their pockets the friends with the white globe. From the top of the roofs, they were parachuters and lost, because the bodies of them, they never found them. At the next day, the day October 3, and 9 days before the big inauguration, the plaza was totally clean. For instance, there is a famous Italian journalist, Loriana Fallaci. She mentioned something about this book. She wrote after a book, after a few years, to inform what happened. They died mysteriously, no? And after that, the 68 in all over the world. 10 days only. The Olympics, they are never in October, but if you check the history of these Olympics, are going to be the only that they are not in the dates that they have to be. And 10 days after, October 2, is when it happened, these people that they... Of this textile, and they said, yes, it is probably from the 16th century. The origins of the... Then they decide to close this one, and they start building this modern one. The architect is named Pedro Ramirez Vasquez, and he is the same architect of the Museum of Anthropology. It's the same one. And during the time that they are building this, I was saying about the gold. The gold used in the idols can be uniform character. It's not possible to work. There is a big window where the friars, they were Augustinians, they used to open the window to give the mass, the indigenous, out of the church. Because the indigenous owe their self.
Señor nuestro, que nos mandó celebrar estos misterios. La noche en que iba a ser entregado tomó pan. Dando gracias porque este es mi cuerpo que será entregado por ustedes.
Now, in the main altar, you can see square, big square in gold and silver. This is the one that contains inside the original cave. Now, move on to the left, downstairs. We are going to get close, just in case that you want to take a picture, and I will tell you where you can place the souvenirs that you bought. Follow me.
This new church of Guadalupe was built in the 1970s as the old church, which was built in the 16th century, is sinking on one side as a lot of buildings, old buildings in Mexico City is sinking.
Of the city. We are on the gate number 3 right here, and we will see these palaces. The people that they can't climb steps, that's why I stopped here. As most of all these small temples in front of us, they have stucco. If you take a look, for instance, in front of us, let's see if the battery is enough. Let's try. Okay, yeah? No, it's not enough. Bueno. Yeah, maybe you can see the light.
Where?
In front of us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but Teotihuacanos, it means no Aztecs, no Toltecs, no Mixtecs. Their name is Teotihuacanos. And they came after, in the south of Mexico City, in the south of the lake, one volcano made eruption. I'm going to show you tomorrow that volcano. And cover all that area around the volcano and part of the lake with a stone lava. This is lava rock, enough to irrigate, so it means that the harvest was not enough for the inhabitants. And today, the anthropologists and the archaeologists, they calculate that in the year 400 of this era, it means when they had already 500 years of existence, the population was near 100,000 inhabitants. So 100,000 inhabitants is a lot of people. That's why this change perhaps in this rainy season and this nature alteration. Square, more or less. And we know with the help of radiocarbono-14 and many other modern systems that help us to understand and do not confuse one house from the 18th century with one construction from the 2nd or 3rd century. This place. The Aztecs are coming from the north. They passed by here in the 12th century. The city was abandoned in the 8th century. So they thought, because the Aztecs, they had never seen such big constructions, and they thought that this used to be the work of the gods.
And then they name it the city of the gods, giants or something like that. And they conserve the name. Sometimes from Mexico, the Aztecs, they used to come here and then they do some ceremonies. When the Spaniards arrived, they knew the place, they knew that the Aztecs, they used to come here, and they didn't destroy the city because it was not habitated. Quetzal bird is a night bird. Part of the decoration.
Okay. Right.
We climbed up the steps of the moon pyramid with great difficulty. And this is the scenery you can see. Teotihuacan with the sun pyramid in the distance. I don't think I will try to go up the sun pyramid.
Because they bring the cows. Years ago, the Indians, they have to drink water from this plant, okay? They cut this plant, the center in the plant, this is the heart, they cut it off, they start making a hole with this kind of... Aloe vera is a smaller plant, you know really, well, you can obtain medicine, shampoos, and a lot of different things from aloe vera, okay? This is, the scientific name is agave, we cut it off. Years ago, the Indians, they use this kind of, the squash work like filter, you know? You get the water clean back. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spear the water inside. Yeah, from the center in the plant. Okay?
And after 6 months it will die? The plant will die after?
Of girlfriend, believe me, you work hard all night. You don't believe me? You don't believe in me? You don't believe in me? Okay, when I finish my explanation, I'm gonna try to get you some pulque, and after 10 hours, you're gonna feel the things. One of the most important papers is next. England, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
England. And in Spanish, bienvenidos, welcome to Mexico, okay?
Wonderful.
Pieces like this are an exhibition in the Anthropology Museum. You really remember that? Of course, paper inside. And of course, you get married, don't something what we call in Wille. Look at this. Oh, shishi. This is shishi. Shishi knows
Everything.
and everything. They use it to make the snakes. First, they use it to fish it. Then, they use it to make the holes for purses. And of course, the ladies, they use it like Wille. Wille does mean needle and thread. ready to. My friends from England. Okay, I have the chance to show you how the Indians they lived years ago. For that we have a special authorization. 300 meters down, like 600 feet for you, you know. We have to use dynamite, a lot of technology, and of course if we wish cut a piece like this, like weapons, like pump for flashes, like, you know, surface and many things. And of course when the kids, when they born, they cut the umbilical, take it to Spain to try make jerry. When they try cut the minerals, they can do anything. Why? Right now in the 2008 to cut a small piece like this, of course we need a diamond piece. The obsidian stone is the most difficult to found. Years ago was the base of the economics because we to make the fields. Okay, this is Tonatiuh, the protector of the family. You know, in Mexico, and you come, Tonatiuh is the sun goddess. It's the most important god. A lot of years ago, many people they believe is the protector of the family. Okay, Tonatiuh is the most important piece. The archaeologists they found one piece like this, about 200 meters down, under the Sun Pyramid, the big pyramid what we have here in Teotihuacan, okay? That is considered the most important piece. Show you the real golden obsidian, ready polished. It's totally different because if we put on the light, come here, you're gonna see Moctezuma. Did you remember this name? This is the king of the Aztecs, okay? You ready? Arriba. Arriba. No. Arriba. Arriba. Al centro, con movimiento, exactamente, adentro, sal, tequila, drink it all over in one shot, then squish the lime very quickly, sal, tequila and lime, okay? My friends from England, thank you very much.
This is the Franciscans Cathedral in Cuernavaca, 16th century.
Many people, ladies basically, they come here with rice. The new laws that divide the power of the church and the state provoke that the different nuns and monks groups abandoned Mexico. At the beginnings of the 20th century, some of them, they tried to come back and recuperate part of what they used to have, but it was not possible because these new laws didn't let them. In the last 12, 15 years, the force, the way, and that one,
That's enough.
of my life.
It's having a senior moment.
More recent cathedral of Cuernavaca. They're having juices and coffee. I'm having pineapple juice in this little cafe in Cuernavaca. That colorful bus is ours. This is Aldromelia from Cuernavaca.
From here to Tasco we have only 75 kilometers, more or less. The road is like this one. It's a very good road. And pretty soon we will Vaca. In Mexico City, the altitude is 2,240. In Cuernavaca is 1,570, I think. And we will climb to 1,880 in Tasco, but always less than in Mexico. In the meantime, you will see in both sides of the road, especially before we take the desviation to the right, corn, papaya, mango, sapote tree. The sapote is the one that gives us the gum,
This is Taxo,
Oh, it's beautiful.
the city of silver.
From Afghanistan. And this one color more dark is from Chile.
Oh, it's beautiful, that church.
Church of Taxo.
Lovely, I love that. Have you took the statue of Christ up there, Stu? That is really lovely. Oh, I'm not going up there. I'll go to the church. I can manage that, all right?
No, if you have a taxi to that, you...